It's week 3 of the NFL, and we'll see Foye Oluokun. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance. It's the Jags and the Texans, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick in the draft in his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A run here with Dearness Johnson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches. Lawrence now off the bootleg. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. So here are the Texans now with a long field ahead. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. Taken down at the 42. Well, the numbers for Pierce last week, 12 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
So, partner, 2 games worth, he's leading the league in rushing, so he's now trending. Is that what they talk about nowadays? You talk about trending? That's what he's doing. He'd like to continue it here in this game.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Noah Brown, the Ohio State man, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff. Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A short throw to Ingram. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. Taking it about the 36. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Texans will take over. We get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They'll begin with much more advantageous starting field position than they did on their last drive as they come up here 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more into the
touchdown, Houston. Tank Dell with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. He completes it to Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. On first down, Lawrence. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They go play action now. Lawrence, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Texans football to start quarter 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Let's go now.
Throwing now is Stroud. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Come on.
Here's Devin Singletary. He played in this state at Florida Atlantic. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. Here's Pierce. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now, what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So that, Charles, a big decision there on 4th and goal, and it works out.
And that is an example of a coach who's confident in his team. He didn't look at it as a gamble at all. He looked at it as belief. Great starting field position. Let's go ahead and deliver. And they do.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 16. Here's the rookie from Auburn, Tank Bigsby. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On the draw, here's Lawrence. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken at the 46. Pushes past him, breaks through the contact. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And it's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Touchdown! Robert Woods, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Jaguars nothing.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Malik Collins. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. That is caught by Dell. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. play action. Here's Stroud. The pass finds Mechie in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie. As the first half is winding down, and the Texans are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Dearness Johnson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime. Lamar Jackson has a touchdown pass. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And that one, all tied. We saw Dameon Pierce put together a strong performance in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. Final preparations being made for the second half, both in terms of game plan and also hydration, because humidity is really going to catch up to these guys, no doubt. And for the call of the second half, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Now a 2nd and 10. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he got blown up on that play. Back at
second half. Good pressure that time. Forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Stroud sets up the play action. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Jones on the return. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, Lawrence. Open man right side is Ingram. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. It's Lawrence. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Shoves him away. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Lawrence going to throw again. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70%.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Evan Ingram, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. McManus now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28 to 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's a big letdown defensively. They had him stop behind the line, but the face mask going to bail the offense out.
And the hand does not have to be up there for too long. Just a little bit of a grab is going to be enough to get the call and the 15 yards against them.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Stroud out of the gun here. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Delay of game, Austin.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Stroud off the play fake. That is caught. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Pierce. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. C.J. Stroud. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jaguars 14. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans 36. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. Lawrence on target there to Ingram. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Complete to number 13, Christian Kirk. 10 yards on the pickup.
But to throw again is Lawrence. Touchdown! Calvin Ridley from 6 yards away. And the Jags have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. McManus's point after is good, and the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Phillips now from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Option right, here's Stroud. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield.
Holding. Offense.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
The offense on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Play action. Stroud now. And that's going to be incomplete.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here's Jones. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And now out come the Jags. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now left side on the swing pass. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and forever. Now Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he'll get it inside the 35. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So that now 6 touchdowns for him on the ground here so far this year, Charles. And it's week 3. What kind of a season might he be embarking on?
Well, we both know it helps to have fresh legs early. And they're going to ride him a lot as this year goes on. But one other thing to keep in mind, as you keep having success, you actually have built up some momentum. Your body responds to that as well. So I see no reason for this to slow down anytime soon.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Throwing, completing, quick to Calvin Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Down the right sideline. He's still barreling through. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brenton Strange. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And now the rookie's free. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. Able to push his way through. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pierce. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Another carry for Pierce. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dameon Pierce with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. A final shot now for Lawrence. He completes it to Ridley. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Houston, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.